I guess it's safe to say, because you put it out there on social media that you've been working with Grant Delpit and Patrick Queen and a lot of those guys. Let's talk about Grant first, because I think he's the one guy that's has the probably the most to lose by not having a pro day. So just, if you would, pick it up there with how Grant is doing right now in the 40 time in the pro day.
He's doing well. I think the biggest thing was giving him an opportunity to show people that he was healthy. I think that was important to him, obviously important to those that represent him. And, being a DBU brother, I want to give him every opportunity he can to be drafted where he's supposed to be. I'll be honest, I didn't think he'd run that fast. I thought he'd run fast. I didn't know that would be the type of speed we'd see. And so he did a great job. He was healthy. I think he got to show some of the range out of the middle of the field that people are really starting to talk about as it comes to his draft status. And anytime you're over 6'2", 210 pounds and can move like that, that's going to make some people, perk up to the idea of drafting you and having you roam the middle of the field for their team. And it was one of those things. It was more a labor of love and than anything, trying to give him an opportunity to get out there. Derek Dillon got to go out there and perform as well. Patrick Queen got to do his skill work and his field drills, which he didn't get to do at the combine after hurting himself. And so, Mac at Traction over there, my partner over there with me, Mac Chwilly, Morgan Wells, who used to work with us and now works at IMG, also went to LSU. We just all felt like we needed to do something to help some of these guys who didn't get their opportunity to show what they could do, to help those guys get a chance to do it, and everything went well.
I love it. How about Patrick Queen as well? Oh, no, I'm sorry, one more on Grant. Have you gotten any reaction from folks in NFL circles about the combine video that you all put out? Because I'm curious if that's going to penetrate.
It's one of those crazy things, man. And this is I don't mean to say this arrogantly. It helps that it's me.
Sure.
It helps that I'm not just some random trainer who threw a pro day together that people don't respect or understand, the value I have or the experience I have. And so I think that was a good part. I've been texted by a ton of coaches, some coaches I played for who are like, RC, your clock must have been really fast. I've gotten that from some. Joe Brady and I text a little bit today as well. And so I'm kind of in constant contact with coaches, especially now in the year being what it is and them not necessarily being able to fly guys in to do meetings. There's been, FaceTime meetings or Skype meetings actually happening at Traction, when we do our small group training. And so I've been on the phone with a lot of different coaches, a lot of different scouts, and I think it's kind of built up to this where they have enough respect for me and enough confidence in me to be able to run something like this and do something like this that'll be fair and allow the guys to be seen. And so I think the one good thing is LSU, was great for us, and they allowed us to use some of the film crew. So, if you don't believe it's the time, just time it yourself.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great point.
And so that's really helped us. And, having the great representative that these guys do, they're making sure that these things get in the right hands. I think the funny part is, Grant's agent is Joe Siegel. And so Joe Siegel puts this whole thing together, and I already know that he's going to send it to Adam Schefter first, who works with me. And I know that's like Shefty's job. But I had all the videos before Shefty had them, right? Or before Shefty released them. And I was going to troll him and release a little piece of it first and just mess with him, but not tweet anything with it. But I didn't want Shefty to beat me up, man, when this whole quarantine was over, so I left it alone.
I would pay to see Shefty and RC in an octagon in Dana White's Island, if you'd be down with that.
You'd waste a lot of your money because it's going to take 2 seconds.
But that's kind of the point, though. I went to Vegas and I saw George Masvidal throw a knee in Ben Askren's face, and that lasted 4 seconds, and it was sensational. It was awesome to watch.
It was absolutely excellent.
Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any other guys that I wanted to get your opinion on before. One more was Kristian Fulton. While we're talking DBs, how this process has gone for Kristian, because when you look at mock drafts, RC, it seems to be all over the board what the opinions are on Kristian.
Yeah, and I think it's in talking to some of the coaches, I think their opinions are kind of all over the board. I believe Kristian is a guy that can go as early as mid first round or maybe slipping to early second. And then, once that happens, there's going to be a run on corners and he'll be drafted. I think it's all based off of how you see him. The one thing that I've mentioned, not only to him throughout this process, I said, at some point, and maybe he doesn't have to now, it's like you're going to have to answer the question, why, if we're going to draft you in the first round and you could be a starting corner for us, why did teams choose to throw at you more late in the season than they did an 18-year-old? I think that's a factor. That's a thing. The 4.4 time at the combine really helped him. He's obviously 5'11" and change, 6 foot, 200 pounds, and so he has all the measurables. But there's going to be some questions on technique, on finishing at the ball, that's going to need to be answered in the next 2 weeks here by different teams. But it only takes one, right? Like the other 31 teams can have you ranked as a third rounder, and if we believe you're a first rounder and we make that call, that's all you need. So I expect Kristian's name to be called a lot earlier than maybe people think.
Give me that SOE shirt when it comes in, all right?
Hey, man, I'm gonna make sure I send you one, bro. I got you.
I mean, I'll pay for it. Just send me the link to PayPal or Venmo or whatever, and I got you, man. I'll eat one. I'll rock it on the show. You know that. I mean, I'm in.
I would have. Yeah, man, you don't owe me nothing, bro. We have developed a working relationship that has turned into a friendship. So I got you, my boy.
All right, RC. Hey, man, best to you and your family through all this stuff, man. We'll talk soon, all right?
My man, stay safe.